Hello, this is Marilyn Fontaine and welcome to week 4 of Balancing the Chakras using aromatherapy and art, or art and aromatherapy. This week we cover the heart chakra, and that is located in the chest area, just below the sternum. So this is the heart plexus, and that's related to compassion, unconditional love, joy, abundance, and the colour of this chakra is green. Now, I remember I covered a bit about this when I was talking about the base chakra, how sometimes when your heart is closed, you may not be able to bring in that abundance as much as you can. And if you are having money issues, it's well worth looking at what's going on with your heart chakra. So, you know, the heart chakra really is to do with giving and receiving love. But it's about balance, having a constant balance. So it's not being too excessive or too deficient, but constantly rebalancing. So even when you are giving love, what are you getting back? You know, if you are receiving love, what are you giving? If you are receiving abundance, what are you giving abundance? And this is really interesting because what I've realized working with clients, and also myself when I pay for services, when you get something free, or you don't pay for something, sometimes you don't value it as much as when you are paying for it. And I remember we used to work, I used to be on a committee for a women's health centre, and we used to charge, you know, the women that couldn't afford to have treatments, complementary therapy treatments, like massage, shiatsu, counselling, and we used to charge them £1 as opposed to giving a free service. And what that did, that made them come to have their sessions. But I also found sometimes if we let a couple of people off and they said they just didn't have any money, they wouldn't continue having those sessions. So there's something about giving and receiving that's really important. And again, I also find with clients, the clients that really have the struggle to pay, normally they're the ones that don't get much out of the sessions. And obviously in this economic climate, sometimes we are challenged. But what I realise is that if we make the money for a specific service, or we give money away, we get it back. It's, you know, it's cause and effect, and is reciprocating, you know. And I don't say you have to give to get back, but it's just for the sake of giving. One situation happened to me. I was going through a really dry financial spell, and I remember I was just walking. I had like £20 in my purse, and I just thought to myself, and a client wanted a treatment, and they didn't have the money to pay me straight away, and I knew this client always paid anyway, so I just said, you know, just pay me half of what you have, because half is better than nothing. And I didn't worry about the money, and I really needed the money. And strange thing, an hour later, because I just thought I'm abundant and it's going to come in, I doubled what I would have made that evening in 3 hours. That doesn't happen all the time, but it was magic in terms of just the fact that I let go of needing this money. I didn't have much, but I still decided to give because it felt right. Now that is different too. If I haven't got any money, I'm tired, I'm worn down, I don't really need to see a client because I need to rest. That is totally different, because normally what happens there, the client would probably cancel, or I'll have a bill that will come in to match that, because again, I'm giving without giving to myself, and this is really important with the heart chakra. Another issue is about our relationships as well. You know, the negative side of the heart chakra is codependency, jealousy, envy, having a closed heart, lack of compassion, lack of empathy. Some people who's had their heart broken in relationships, or their primary caregiver, which could be their parents or foster parents or family members, they sometimes close their heart and they just say, well, I don't care, I'm just closing my heart, I'm just going to be cold. What you're actually doing, you're cutting yourself off from the earth and the heavens. You know, even though you may feel connected on a level, you're not tapping into that universal bliss. And I know that situation because there's times when I've been like that, and it can be really, really hard just to want to open your heart again. Because when that heart opens, it really can hurt, and it can be quite overwhelming. And it is a fight to allow that heart to open, to trust again. So I just feel that again, it's another chakra where there's a major challenge going on in terms of opening the heart after you've been hurt and allowing trust to happen. And again, when you learn to trust your intuition, which is the solar plexus, it will bring you into situations where if you listen to your heart, because the heart is where the connection is. Solar plexus is the signal, but the heart is what speaks to you. Sometimes following your heart may be uncomfortable, but it's always for the highest good. And when you tap into that heart energy, whatever messages you get, intuitive message from spirit or from God or whoever you worship, it will come in a true balanced way. And if your heart is not balanced, then you're going to have conflict with whatever your intuition is going to be telling you. So if you really, you don't want to connect with somebody because you're really hurt, then you might miss a business opportunity or a romantic opportunity because the past is interfering with the now. So it really is a challenge for you to move past the situation you're in because of the heartbreak, and therefore you just become stuck. And again, because the heart is stuck, the heart is broken, the weight comes on, you may get asthma or you may get heart problems. And I don't think because you may have these situations that you're any weaker than another person. It's just because that challenge is strong and it's asking for itself to be healed. And I think it's a major ongoing thing with the heart chakra, because we're always going to be challenging relationships, and if we've had a situation with our primary caregiver, then we're always trying to get that love back or trying to forgive that person. And that's why forgiveness and gratitude is really important in healing the heart chakra. And most of all, forgiving yourself, because a lot of the times when people do things to us, or we perceive people do things to us, we tend to be really hard on ourselves. That's not to say you shouldn't be accountable, because accountability is a part of having great self-worth. But it's about forgiving yourself as well. Remember, the heart chakra is about balance, so it's about giving and receiving. So if you give forgiveness, you receive forgiveness for yourself as well. If you are giving to others, you have to give to yourself. And it took me a long while to realise that, in terms of, I could manifest money whenever I wanted, but what I realised is when I did manifest that money is when my heart was open. And when my heart is closed, I was in poverty, and every time I'd break up with somebody, I'd have money issues. It's really funny, I didn't have that money to go and buy that dress or do my hair. And it's about that constant battle of keeping the heart area open. One more thing is that the heart is really connected to the genitals as well. So if you're working with the jade egg, it's really good to connect the heart with the genitals, because that brings the love. So all the love energy, the sexual energy, it should be brought up to the heart area, because when you don't have the love, it's not so healing within that. I'm not saying that it shouldn't happen, because I think that even if you're in a union that is not made up of love, I still think we still need to love the experience, so still bring love into the experience, bring love into wherever whatever you're doing. And that is a challenge, even for myself. It's about loving myself to be in a situation, could be for a time, loving for myself to be in a situation which I enjoy, loving myself to rest, and loving my body. So I would say definitely one really good ritual to do, and I say ritual, is to get a piece of rose quartz, which is a pink crystal, or any green crystal, because the heart chakra is green, but its secondary colour is pink, so that deals with the rose quartz. Is to get a crystal, and you can cleanse it in salt water, but rose quartz can be cleansed in salt water. I tend to put my crystals out into the moonlight. So you get some rose quartz, and you put it in the bath, and then you get your rose oil or your corresponding aromatherapy oils such as jasmine, rose, lang lang, and you just have a lovely crystal bath and just do your breathing exercises, what we do in the meditation. So breathing in, expand the stomach, breathing out through the mouth, and that would be a lovely heart balance chakra. Most of the information for the heart chakra is in your PDF. I just wanted to speak about the heart chakra. Another way to really help balance the heart chakra is a gratitude journal. So every day for 40 days, write what you're grateful for, and that kind of really works on opening the heart. Another movement is this movement, which is like a yoga movement. So you just turn. And my joints can move about. So you grab the back. I'll show you. If you can see that, so you're grabbing your arms, and that helps open up the heart chakra. And also hands above the head, and just, hands are clasped and above the head. You just lean back. And sometimes you may hear a click at the sternum. It just opens it up. Another one is opening your hands to receive, to give, and receive, and coming back in. So I give love, I receive love. Yeah, I give love, I receive love. That's quite a nice one. To kind of bringing in love and giving love. Okay, so we're going to go to the meditation. So I see you next week when it's the throat chakra, and that again will be really interesting.